We're live.
Are we live?
All right.
Sweet. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Out of Left Field, Episode 1. My name is Adam, and together we have, if you guys want to introduce yourselves,
I'm Alex.
I'm Mac.
and this is Episode 1. If you can see on the screen, today's topic is anime, because we're all giant weebs.
Woo!
Weebs.
Yes. All right. So we all got a list of our favorite anime. Who wants to do like their number 5? What's your guys' number 5 favorite anime?
Man.
Ooh. I would say
Out of what I have,
mine is Fate Stay Night. I don't know if either of you watched that.
You've talked about it a lot, and it's on my like need to watch list. Like I might think it'll be really, really good if I actually watched it. You know,
It was really good. The first season is definitely the best, but there's like 3 or 4 seasons after that, and it all kind of has the same roles. Like, I'll quickly
brief-
just give it
yeah,
an
yeah.
overview. So there's like there's a soldier and like a mage that's paired with each soldier, and they fight in a war for the Holy Grail, and the Holy Grail grants one almighty wish to the winner. But in order for someone to win, all the other contestants must be dead.
so it's a fantasy, magical
Yes,
fantasy.
It's a magical fantasy. It's really good, and there's a lot of twists and turns. Some of the middle of the seasons I've noticed get a little boggy down, but overall it's a really good series with a lot of action and really good graphics and sound effects.
You gotta have
What's so
those.
great? Why do you like it so much?
I think it's just really well put together. Like the graphic, like I know graphics don't mean a lot to it, but it's very appealing to the eye, and you connect with a lot of the characters, and even like the characters that you don't like, you still kind of get a feel for. So
I gotcha.
yeah.
All right,
Still
Mac,
respect them.
do you want to go next, Mac, or should I?
I can go. Out of my top 5, it's probably Super Dragon Ball Z. Super, not original. Super.
Mm.
So the newest one.
Yes, it's the newest. one.
Okay,
I
that is one I have not watched either.
it has a lot.
I've watched
it
a
has a
lot.
lot of filler episodes, but their filler episodes they don't always feel like it, which actually I thoroughly enjoy, because sometimes filler episodes, they can get pretty brutal to watch half the time.
Have you seen the other Dragon Balls, like Dragon Ball,
Some.
Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT?
Some, not all of it. I've only watched maybe a season total. Like, I didn't watch much of that growing up. I wasn't a huge fan of it. I knew of the characters. I've watched highlights all the time, all over Facebook, 'cause that's all I follow on Facebook's anime groups.
Nice.
And so I've watched a lot of Dragon Ball Z prior, but Super Dragon Ball Z just caught my eye because of the Tournament of Power. That was just freaking insane.
The one
Yeah.
the one complaint I hear a lot about. Wait, have you seen it, Alex?
No, I watched a good amount of it, but I couldn't watch the full thing.
I gotcha.
It's
the one
slow.
It is.
The one complaint that I hear about this kind of stuff is like, right, with Dragon Ball in particular, it always just ends up like through the power of willpower,
Oh yeah,
Goku gets stronger and kills the bad guy.
that's
And his
exactly
hair
how it
changes
ends.
colors.
That's
And his
exactly
hair
how it
changes
ends.
colors.
It actually, I don't want to ruin it for anyone, but yeah, that's how.
Oh, don't worry.
Don't worry.
I mean, what's cool about it is how he ends the fight in the entire series. Is he's not powered up at all. It's just typical Goku. Like, he loses because he's used so much of his power in this fight that it comes down to the end where the other guy's got full power and he's just got jack shit.
Is that with Jura?
Well, he
or-
should have got his shit rocked then.
He should have, but what was cool about the fight is everybody focused on it's Jiren versus Goku
Jura.
at the final round, and then
Mhm.
no one noticed that they still had 2 people from Earth hiding behind rocks. And so when it came down
Just
to
after
Goku,
this entire bloodbath.
after everything, and then there you go, and Goku's like on the ground, and Jiren's about to kill him, and these other 2 come out of nowhere, and all 3 of them gang up on him and beat his ass, and that's what won it. It was insane. And it was a real heartfelt ending because you had
Yeah.
in the tournament you had to win, otherwise your universe gets destroyed. And the people from Earth had one wish that could grant anything, and they just wished that all universes would come back. So it was pretty neat, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, happy ending.
I
And
feel
it
like
turned out where Goku's like, yeah, we're gonna fight someday. So essentially, continuing it.
yeah.
Oh, you got to keep it going.
I feel like Dragon Ball Z doesn't do enough of those like twists and turns though. It's like it's too repetitive. Like
yeah.
each time there's some super powerful being and then Goku gets lost or he's training or it's just kind of building up to one big fight, and then when that one big fight happens, it's kind of the same every time.
It was
Yeah,
just
to me,
saying, though. Nope, that was it.
Go for it.
Nope, that was it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, to me, Dragon Ball is like it's a story about people who like to fight.
Yeah.
And if you get some added bonuses in there, then sweet. Like the fight scenes are guaranteed to be like the greatest thing ever. And that's what people are expecting, you know? So if you get some more added story in there, then sweet.
Right.
Icing on the cake.
Sometimes.
All right.
Sometimes I
Go
kind
for
of
it.
wish for those types of things. Like, it's not just this anime. Like, those... It's an entire season for that ending fight. I wish they kind of just make it into a movie where it's just, like, a 3-hour-long show. Maybe... Just because
That's a good point.
I hate fast-forwarding through the intros, the recaps, and this. I'm like, oh, my God.
Next time on Dragon Ball Super.
It's so annoying.
Every anime does that too.
Every anime.
Hey, the Frieza fight in Dragon Ball Z was the longest fight in any anime ever for a really long time, and it was like 10 plus episodes. So
Yeah.
That was insane.
All right,
Adam.
my number 5. See, I'm stuck on a top 6, and I think I just got to get rid of one. My number 5, I'm gonna go
Just say both.
with. I guess, yeah.
That's
I'll
free
do.
right here.
I'll put one as an honorable mention. My top 5, my number 5, I'm gonna say Cowboy Bebop.
Mm.
Have either of you seen it?
Yeah, I have.
A little bit, not much.
Okay, so there isn't Cowboy Bebop isn't this like overarching grand world-shattering show. It's a very grounded show with like real characters that you get to know pretty well that have like real consequences and backstories, and like nothing's on this grand world-shattering scale, which I like a lot. And it's all super episodic. So like you start and finish an episode with like leaving nothing hanging. Like it's an episode by episode thing, which I really like. And it's just a fun show. It's just a fun show.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And each episode is very different from the last two. That, like you said, they're not connected, but at the same time, they're what is in the episode it varies.
What do you mean by they don't leave you hanging?
So like it's like a bad guy of the week kind of thing. Like so the main character's name is Spike Spiegel, and he starts, continues, and finishes like a mini adventure in one episode. Like, and then the next episode, completely new adventure.
That's pretty cool, actually.
So like there are some stuff that go between episodes, like backstories and stuff like that.
Sure.
But you don't need to know them to watch like any episode except the final one.
That's pretty cool.
And it's based in the solar system several hundred years in the future. So everyone's like populated all the other planets and stuff. Super sci-fi, kind of Star Wars-y with some space battles. So that's my number 5.
It was also made in the 90s, right?
Yeah, it's the oldest anime on my list.
It is one of the only animes I like that's more than 10 years old.
Let's see when it was created. It was created.
What else?
It aired in 2001, but it was created and aired in Japan in 1998 to 1999.
Okay, so it's 20 years old almost.
All right, Mac. Number 4, baby. Or was it Alex that started? I don't remember.
It's Alex.
My entire top like 2 to actually all of them are not really in an order. I just I can't decide
your next favorite. Your next favorite.
I have Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood on mine.
Oh man. What a
That's
show!
That's on my want to watch list. I haven't seen that.
Oh, you haven't? Oh my god.
That's on my.
It's
That's
in my
what I was
top
gonna watch
5.
next.
You just get so I don't know about you, Adam, but you just get so attached to like the two brothers and like
I've seen a
what
little
they're
bit.
trying to achieve. Okay.
I was
So,
watching it
like-
when it was on TV actually, like years ago. Like it was
Yeah.
probably reruns, but I was watching it late at night on TV, but I didn't understand what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
Do you know like the basic story of it?
A little bit. No, let's just go with no. Can you explain?
So,
right.
you got it, Alex, or do I got it?
I can say it.
All right.
So these two brothers, their father kind of disappears, and then their mother dies unexpectedly. I kind of forget how, but then the two brothers tried to practice alchemy to bring her back. But the big like forbidden rule about alchemy is that you cannot use it to create human life. And so they try to create her, and then it destroys one of the brothers' bodies completely, and the other brother attaches his body to a plate of armor, so he becomes this big giant suit of armor. And then the older brother, it's Alphonse, and what's the other one's name? Adam? Cedric, or no?
Edric? No.
Edric. Ed. Yeah.
Ed and Alphonse, yeah.
Yeah, Ed and Alphonse. And so Ed loses his arm and leg. Yeah, arm and
one
leg.
arm and one leg. Yeah.
And then he eventually becomes to be like this great alchemist, which is alchemy is basically kind of like superpowers almost.
Sure.
It's the whole like the law of equivalent exchange. You only get out what you get in.
Mhm.
Blah blah blah.
So then the whole show is like them trying to figure out how to get Alphonse's body back, and yeah, it's really good.
That's pretty cool.
So I actually have Full Metal Alchemist as my favorite anime ever.
Whoa.
Yeah, and it easily could have been mine too.
It's so you got to make sure you watch the Brotherhood version, because the normal one, just Full Metal Alchemist, isn't nearly as good. Brotherhood one, like the characters are all unreal. The story is so good. The entire world is just so well put together. Like it leaves nothing to the imagination. Like it feels like a real world.
Does it?
Yeah.
Is that in Japanese or in English?
It's in English.
Is there a Japanese version?
Yes, but the English dub is awesome.
Yes. You don't miss anything with the English dub.
I mean, yeah, I probably will, but I prefer watching everything in Japanese. I thoroughly enjoy watching it and learning Japanese for some reason.
No, so I'm the same way. I generally love the like a subbed version, but like this feels like it was made in English, just straight up.
Really?
Like it feels like a Cartoon Network show.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
So like, this is the only English dubbed show I've ever liked.
And what is it on? Do you know? It's
on Netflix.
Oh, is it really? All right.
Yeah, and Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
But man, yeah, I could talk about Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood forever.
Same.
So good.
But we can't.
We can't. It's Mac's turn. Because I guess I went as well.
My fourth is One Punch Man.
That's on my list too.
Yeah, that's it. It's only one season. We all know. I'm sure. I mean, Adam, have you watched it?
No, it's
Really?
on my list of it's on my list of maybes. Like if I watched it, I'd probably love it.
Such a good show because the main character is not so overwhelmingly excited about all his power, and he's so powerful. He knows he's powerful. He doesn't act like it at all. He just walks.
He's like the anti-Goku.
Seriously.
No, it's a parody. It's a parody of like super strong shonen protagonists.
I mean, it's, yeah, and it's awesome.
But
it's such a great show.
The fight scenes are amazing too.
It's
I
so
like
until the main
graphic.
character shows up.
It's so graphic, and that's why it's so cool to watch that. Instead of like covering up half of the gore and this and that, like it's not gory, but it doesn't cover up the blood or
It's red.
Exploding.
It's a red show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's made for adults.
Yeah.
For older teens.
Yeah, I've heard amazing things about it. I've heard that like just like the characters in general are like amazing, and like the author really knows how to tell a story and stuff. So I absolutely need to watch it.
It's such a great.
Mhm.
It pulls such minimal comedy into the show though, that it's funny as hell because it comes out of nowhere and it's so small, but it's just funnier than hell at points when they do that.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So that one's on your top 5 too,
Yeah, that's my fourth.
Alex.
It's not on my top 5, but it's on my top 10.
All right, Alex, back to you then, because you stole mine.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, this one might be stealing yours too. If it is, you can talk about it. I had Sword Art Online.
Oh, gross. I don't have it. I don't have
Oh,
it.
okay.
I had never even seen it. I heard. I didn't hear the greatest stuff about it, so I didn't watch it.
Yeah,
I
and
know
from what
you
I
talked
understood,
about it.
Adam, I really liked it. Adam, I feel like you didn't care for
I
it too
liked
much.
it. I liked it in the moment, but then I learned a lot more about it, and I don't like it anymore.
Yeah, well, you've told me about some of the really dark stuff and I mean, overall, it's a pretty creepy show, but
So-
I'll just spark
Yeah.
note it.
Yeah.
People
Spark
are in a
note.
VR world and they eventually get stuck in it and get put into comas, and
Oh Lord.
this guy has to fight his way up this tree or like to the mother box, main
So
frame.
how it works is like it's a brand new virtual reality video game. All these people get in it, and all of a sudden they can't get out of it, like they can't log out. And if they die in the video game, they die in real life.
Oh, Lord.
Oh,
And like
yeah.
the creator of the video game was like, "Hey, if you beat level 100 of this game, I'll set you free."
Good Lord.
So it's just that journey.
Yep. But then the creator eventually like kidnaps his girlfriend and rapes her, and it's
Oh, that's different. That's
Jesus.
different. That's the second. That's the
oh
second. video.
yeah, you're right. See,
So-
I've seen them too many times to separate it.
So here are my thoughts on it. When I first watched it, I really liked it. But then I watched a lot of like reviews on it and character studies about it, and the whole premise is it like Kirito, the main character, is
Mhm.
so ludicrously stale. Like he has no like actual personality. He's basically just an unstoppable protagonist.
Oh.
Like literally can't be beaten ever. He wins everything without even a tough fight, really.
I don't like that type of character.
And there's quite a few gross scenes, like gross as in a bad way. And it's like he's the character that like all the women just love. No
Doesn't
matter
his sister have a crush on him
what.
too?
Yeah, sister loves
Okay.
him.
Yeah, that's
And-
This is
that's when it starts
weird.
crossing a line. Well, she like falls in love with his online persona, but then she finds out.
It's
I think
him.
she eventually finds out in real life that it's him.
Yeah.
So
And
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie, when I first watched it, I really liked it. Like if I didn't do any of that additional research, it would 100% be in my top 5. But it's tough to knowing all the stuff I do now about like story development and stuff to
Get over it.
agree with it.
yeah,
You
that's
know?
fair. All
But
right,
man, I loved that show right away. Holy shit. I loved it so much right away.
same. I've watched it probably 3 times.
Oh, Lord. How many
You get what I'm
episodes?
saying though
How
about
big?
like the stale overpoweredness of the main character?
Yeah, but I don't know. I just root for him.
You don't really care.
No, it doesn't bother me. I don't think he's too overpowered. Like, he's not going to lose, but in the show, it definitely makes you think that he dies a couple of times, though. So
Yeah.
it keeps you hanging for enough to keep you interested.
I'll give you that. I'll definitely give you that.
Adam or Mac, who's next?
I haven't gone in a little bit. Why
Adam, you
not?
go.
The next one on my list is Death Note.
Why
So
have
I'm
I haven't even
assuming
heard of that. I've heard of it like once.
So
Yeah.
it's rated. It's one of the highest rated animes ever, actually, right up there with Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. So you got to get on this shit, Mac.
I guess.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I've been harassing him for so long to get off the fucking.
No, don't say my top
Naruto
one. Don't.
train.
No. All right,
I don't even care. I don't even
the
care.
N word. That's all I'll say.
You've watched a million times. So Death Note though. Death Note, how the whole premise of it is this super genius high school student all of a sudden picks up this magical book that if you write anyone's name in it, they'll die.
Oh shit. That
So he
sounds
all of a
pretty
sudden, so he gets it from like a literal god of death, a Shinigami, and he all of a sudden gets this god complex that he's gonna judge the world if they're worth living or dying. And his name, he gets the persona of Kira, which is killer in Japanese or something like that.
Yeah.
So it becomes there's this super amazing detective who's also really likable, who's on the Kira case, and it's just this amazing mental back and forth tug of war between these two characters, and oh man, so good. It's not like action packed by any means, but it's super like exciting, intense, and it's just great show.
I've heard a lot of good stuff about it. I've only watched a couple episodes, and then I think I started watching another show. But
yeah, I know you love your action shows, but man, this feels like an action show, and it's not an action show. So I could not recommend Death Note enough. Right after Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. All right, Mac, it's all you.
All right. Mine is my third favorite is one I've watched. I just started watching 2 weeks ago, and I'm already into season 2, like midway into season 2. It's One Piece.
Oh man,
Oh god,
all right,
one of the longest running manga ever.
1,080
and it
episodes
is
right
long
now.
and long and long.
And she's still going.
One battle.
It is insane.
Dude, that's a
I watched it when I was younger.
That's
I
a
watched the first
commitment.
I watched the first three seasons when I was younger, but
same.
Christ, that I could tell you that's probably over 12 years ago.
I've watched, I think, 4 seasons, and I got really sick of it.
Really?
Yeah, I remember
That's
you
what you're
watched it for a
telling me.
while now.
Yeah. I feel like that's something that you'd watch before you like went to sleep.
That's what I do. That's exactly what I
But-
do.
I bet if you get through all of it, it's like an unreal experience.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be just
Mhm.
like Naruto, because Naruto Shippuden alone is 500 episodes, and I've watched that 3-4 times over.
Well, and
Yeah.
that show's done.
Yeah, that's
One Piece isn't close to being done.
I know it's the worst part.
Got
not-
another 1,000 episodes coming.
You're putting in like a full-time job on that. Like I'd
Oh,
love to
tell me
watch.
about it.
I'd like to, but man, oh man.
In the last
Too long.
week, I've watched 71 episodes in the last week.
Oh my god.
What arc are you in?
They're what the hell are they? West Blue?
East Blue.
No, I just got done with the East Blue, and I'm
So you're in the Grand Line then?
Yes, I'm in the Grand. If they're in the Grand Line, but they keep talking about West Blue for some reason. I don't know why. They're not West Blue, but West something.
I actually know so much about
I was
that
gonna
show
say,
from-
I didn't
from-
even remember that.
it's from like YouTubers that I watch. Like I know a crazy like I very well could know about the story than Mac does. Just from the amount of like videos I've watched on it, but I haven't watched the show.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like I'm completely up to date with the story and everything.
You don't need to watch the show then.
Like are you past like the giant whale?
That's exactly what I'm just leaving. It's the
You're just leaving the giant
it's,
whale.
what is his name?
with the- with the old
Larpoon
dude.
or Larpoon, I think is his name or something like that. It's some weird-
Lapoon or Laboon.
something
Laboon
like
or
that.
something
yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I know a lot about that show.
Oh, it's a good show. I watched it when I was younger, so but I swear
It-
I think
it's a
must have watched-
classic.
yeah, I must have watched like an English version or something because I keep
The Four
remembering-
Kids dub.
because I swear I remembered the theme song and then I hear it and I'm the first couple seasons I'm like, what in the hell is this? This ain't, but this is Japanese, but I still thought I don't know.
No, the English opening,
Yeah,
like the old school one, it was so good.
that's why I could sing along to it. And I was like, this is freaking dope. Now,
Oh, it's so good. It's like badass.
yeah, that's I might have to watch it after this. Just look it up.
All right, I think Alex is up.
Yep. Fourth.
Ooh.
Is this your
I know
fourth
Mac
one?
will. Yes.
Okay.
Second to last. I know Mac will agree with me on this one. Adam, maybe. I have My Hero Academia.
Yes!
Standing ovation.
That is my second too.
Well, I guess I'll just join the club. Mine's my second too.
Yes!
Not
Oh.
necessarily my second favorite one, but it's in my top 5.
Oh,
Yeah. Yep.
That's my second favorite now.
All right, so let's all suck the My Hero dick. What do we like about it? I like that Midoriya is just like this measly little
Right?
guy, and his dreams come true of being this great hero, and he's got all this power, and he works his ass off compared to everyone else, and it's just
He's not the chosen one. That's what I like.
right. Well,
No, he
kind of is.
He was chosen, but he's not like he doesn't have. He's not Harry Potter. You know, Harry Potter
Right.
didn't. He just killed Voldemort from luck and the love of his mom. Harry Potter didn't do shit.
No.
Midoriya actually worked for.
He worked his ass off cleaning that beach and
So he's not the
Mhm.
chosen one. He's the
des-
And he fails
He's
all the
deserving.
time.
The big thing that I love about My Hero is that all the characters are real. Like they're
Yeah.
there's a few outliers, like the pervert dude. That's a little weird, but like you can
You know that's actually played by a woman.
who is?
I figured. I mean,
The
Ash Ketchum
pervert dude with the
played by a
balls on his
woman.
head. He's got the nasally voice. But sorry, continue, Ed.
but yeah, there's a few outliers, but like all the main characters have like completely legitimate motivations to everything. Like nothing's like why the fuck would you do that? Why would you care? But like it's all real stuff. All real
Yep.
stuff. Like the hot and cold guy, his daddy issues. What Todoroki?
Todoroki,
Yes,
yep.
he's one of my. I think he's my favorite character in the show.
I like Bakugo. I
Really?
like Bakugo a hell of a lot more now. Too. I hated him right away.
Yeah. I think
But
we were
he's awesome.
supposed
I
to.
think I would have to say I'm a huge fan of freaking Dark Shadow. I don't know why I like him so much. This is dope what he can do with that shadow. I really hope he gets control of the damn thing. I really it's
Yeah.
I don't know why. I
Well, and
like
that's
that.
another crazy thing about the show is like everyone has someone to like. You know.
Yeah,
hmm
it's so random.
They spread the attention of all the characters too really well. Like it's not just Midoriya or All Might or Bakugo. It's all of them. It's like a team effort. And there's probably like close to 10 of them that they focus on
Right. That's
for
what's
majority of the
best.
show.
You know, it's two.
Can we
people I
all
wish-
just agree?
Oh, go ahead.
I was like, can we all just agree that the All for One and All Might battle was like one of the best animated battles ever?
Man,
hmm
it was
Like,
so
eat your
good.
heart out, Dragon Ball Z.
Seriously,
Yeah.
it was just so. It was you just get so into it, and that's the best part about it.
It makes you feel.
Yeah,
It makes you feel.
Well, and we were not prepared for All Might to be done. Like,
Not at
I mean,
all.
we kind of saw it coming, like because we knew he
It just
wasn't
happened
what he
so
used to be.
fast.
Yeah, that was like
yeah.
episode 40.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Well, yeah,
damn.
it's like he doesn't have anything left, but apparently not. He's retired.
Why doesn't he eat a little piece of Midoriya's hair? Get it back.
Fuck you,
I
youngling.
bet he didn't think of that one. That's
I'm
a good
looking at
point.
the list of characters and images and everything else right now, and there's just 3 that I'm looking at that I wish they just. I don't know what's their point. The main guy, you know that one guy? His name is Rikido. The dude who eats sugar and gets powerful.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
You gotta have some filler
And he's
characters.
really
Him
dumb.
and the one brick-looking dude that looks like limestone that
Oh,
talks
that
to
like talks
animals.
to animals? Yeah.
He's creepy.
He's so creepy. He has such a high voice when he actually talks.
Who do you guys think the traitor is?
Oh.
Do you remember? Do you remember them talking about that at the end of the season?
Yeah.
They're like how the reason why the villains like find them and like steal Bakugo is because there's a traitor telling them where they were, like in the system.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I've watched so many videos on this shit.
I could see it being the principal.
I bet you it's that one. I hate this kid. The one with the laser comes out of his stomach. I hate
The
that.
navel
The
laser.
gay one.
Yeah, the Yuga Ayuyama Yuga. I hate him. He's awful in this series. Like I can't stand him.
That's just wishful thinking right there.
Oh,
My bet is the invisible chick.
that's the only thing I was also gonna say.
Oh yeah.
Toru.
Like
I don't even know.
she
half
could
their
literally
names.
just disappear anywhere else, anywhere, and no one would ever know.
Exactly.
you know? She could say she was there, but
Bro, it's a
fuck her
Nomu.
people to know.
It's definitely a Nomu. Those freaking made human things out of like 4 humans that with no brain covers.
Okay, we got to keep going because we could talk
Yeah,
about
yeah.
Hero
I know.
forever.
I forgot
All
what
right.
we were doing.
So is that all of our second ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have 2 left in my top 6, and I'm trying to decide which one I want to talk about.
I was gonna say, Adam, why don't you go first if you have 2?
Mhm.
True. All right. I'll go with Attack on Titan.
Mm.
I've heard of that
Alex,
one.
I've told you to watch this.
I have.
Oh,
I'm on the. I watched a couple episodes of the most recent season.
Oh, you can't. You gotta start from the beginning.
No.
That's like
I'm all the
starting-
way up to
Okay.
that. Yeah,
I was gonna say that's
sorry.
like starting Naruto from.
no.
Oh,
No.
God.
I've watched all of it. I don't know where. I think is the season over now or.
Yeah,
Okay, so I've watched a couple episodes. I think of season 4. Is it
3.
3? Okay.
But man, Mac, you'd love this one too. Talk about a bloodbath of good storytelling and crazy action. I've never seen a show make me feel so helpless.
Really?
So, have you heard about it at all?
No.
Oh
So,
my
Thing.
God.
The super gist is the rest of humanity is living inside these 3 giant walls. No one knows how they got there. And on the outside of the walls is
Trump made them, obviously.
Oh
Obviously.
shit.
On the
Get
outside of the
political.
walls. Fuck it. Hey, it's the
Mexico
first
paid for it.
episode. It's the first episode. We'll get there. But so on the outside of the walls, there's these giant humanoid creatures called Titans, and they can be anywhere from like 2 meters tall to 50 meters tall.
Sure.
And no one knows how they got there. They just know they have to try and kill them to get away from these walls eventually. But they basically know nothing about anything. And all of a sudden, this like 200-meter tall Titan they've never seen before literally appears out of thin air and breaks down one of the walls to let Titans in.
Yeah.
And then they go from there. Like there's the main characters who are like trained to become Titan slayers and all this jazz. Oh my god, it's so good.
It is really good.
Some of the best action I've seen.
I'm kind of kicking myself for not putting it in my top 5. I totally forgot about it.
Hey,
I literally went
honorable
through
mention, just like
Crunchyroll's
Adam's doing.
entire life.
Yeah, I put it in my honorable. I have 6 honorable mentions. I'm just gonna list them at the end. I'm not gonna talk about them.
Oh, I have 8.
All right.
So you're
Once.
good.
Okay.
But yeah, Attack on Titan. Oh man. All right, since we know what,
some
we know
big
what
red
Max,
Titan.
What?
Some big red Titan. Why? Have
That's
I-
the
Yeah.
one that pushes
Yep.
down the wall. Yeah.
Oh, that's why I've seen that guy. I've seen memes of him staring over a wall, and it's over the Leaf Village wall, and a whole Shinobi Leaf Village is like, "You in the wrong anime, fam." That's
All
why
right,
I've
so
seen this guy.
just because we have literally no clue what Mac's last one is going to be, let's go to Alex's first.
I put mine as 7 Deadly Sins.
Oh,
That's-
You've tried to get me on that shit forever.
Oh,
I would have to agree that that's a bomb ass show.
That one's on Netflix
And-
too, isn't it?
It's a
Yeah.
Netflix original.
Netflix
really?
original. I really liked
Wow.
some of the Netflix animes. I think they do a good job of it.
Are they all English?
Well, so
Yeah, I think you can do both. I'm
Really?
pretty certain it's both.
So the Seven Deadly Sins, it wasn't made by Netflix, but it's distributed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was manga. Is that how you say it? Manga first.
Yep. Yeah, it's a
And-
Japanese animation, but it was brought over by
Mhm.
crazy
Are you
action
talking
show
about
as
the
well.
manga? MANGA?
Yeah,
manga.
isn't
I
that what I
I
said?
thought it was manga. I have no idea. I've
Manga.
never actually said it. I've always just read it.
I'm like 99% sure it's manga.
It could be. I have no idea. I've never
Looking it
actually
up.
said it.
But yeah, crazy good show, Mac. You gotta watch it.
I guess.
Lots of
Jeez.
really good character development, and the main character is like half demon, and
Oh, spoiler!
okay, it's not spoiling it. Well, maybe a little bit.
It's not like a world-ending spoiler. It's
no,
not like
no, it doesn't.
the mom did it or anything like that.
Right.
But he's just he's got this dark side to him, and so do a lot of the other characters, and it's about kind of these misfits being the heroes almost. I think
Right.
is a good way to put it.
All right, Mac. Later,
You
or
wouldn't
do you,
guess
no,
it.
you? I'll do my one first,
Yeah. You
just
do
to
your
build
last
up the hype. You know.
one. Getting jacked
Alright.
here.
Alex, I'm not sure if you've watched this one, but my sixth one is called Akame ga Kill.
Yep, I've watched that.
Okay. I don't remember a crazy amount about it, but I remember I love it. It's a kind of magical-ish world, fantasy easily, and it's just about a corrupt king being taken down by this like band of outlaws, but it's just so good. Like I can't give it enough justice because I don't remember enough about it, but
I
man.
remember I loved it so much because so many people so many of the characters died, and you would get so attached to them, and then they would die. So I mean, it's just part of the show.
I know. And
I'm just
it's not
spoiling
like
all
Mako,
the-
really.
No, it's really good though. Like they did a really good job of making you feel for these characters, and then they would die pretty badly right in front of your eyes.
Kind of like Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
All right, it's over. We've gone through 14 shows. It's time.
Whoa.
Drum roll, please, for Mac.
Why is this such a
number
big
one
deal?
show. And
Let
we
me
just don't
tell
know.
ya.
We just don't know what it's gonna be.
It rhymes with Boruto.
Oh my God, is
Let me
it
tell-
Boruto?
It is not Boruto. Yes, it's Naruto Shippuden. I like Naruto's original, but Naruto Shippuden just blows it out of the water to me.
Is
Completely.
that
Alright.
the newer one, or they were? Sure.
Shippuden is the not newer one. When you say that, what do you mean? Because
It's
not
the-
Boruto.
It aired later.
Yes, it aired later.
Yeah.
It's his teenage years,
Okay.
not
Okay.
his kid years.
All right,
Shippuden
lay
is
it on
like-
us, Mac. Why do you love it?
Well, God, just to start off, it's to go off of what you were just saying. You get so attached to these guys because the beginning of like, I don't even know how to explain. You just get so attached to these guys, and then they die right in front of you in like the worst way you would ever imagine it. Like, Christ, and they bring some people back illegally, I guess, to the shinobi law and all this. It's crazy.
I love it too. One of my super OG ones. It's an honorable mention. The ending, I think the ending was a little weird.
It was
Like the final villain was kind of
which
you know?
which one? Kaguya.
Kaguya. Yeah,
Kaguya. Yeah.
like she was so bland.
Well,
Like her
that's her
entire-
character. She's so freaking evil, and it's so bland that you can't really tell that it's evil because
I
she's
guess.
just so bland looking. So there's just nothing to her. She doesn't talk really.
I just
just
wish
so
she had more
weird.
motivation
Yeah.
than I want all the chakra because it's mine.
Right.
I wish there was a little more than that. Like I get like pure evil can work really well, but I feel like nowadays you got to have a little more motivation, you know.
Right.
Yeah, you have to have a little bit more of a complex character
Right.
in a
there's-
villain.
I mean, it was. I guess I don't know, because they could have said that like it was so complex because they went from Madara, the one who got reincarnated, then turned into Kaguya, or turned into like Kaguya's kid or something like that. Like he got the Sage of Six Paths.
The Sage of
power.
Six Paths, yeah.
And then all of a sudden he turned into Kaguya too, and that's why I'm like, where the hell did all this come from? All some big ass tree gave him all this power.
Hey.
I'm like, what?
Well, and that could potentially be a bad thing.
Exactly.
Like you barely know what's going on.
That's what I hate. I had to watch it like twice, the whole fight.
Oh,
I was like,
I gotcha.
This is so screwed. Like,
But
they just do that all so quickly.
the final battle between Sasuke and
Oh,
Naruto
God.
was like,
Heart.
it wasn't even that visually amazing.
It was emotionally.
It was just everything the fight meant, you know?
Man, it was just like how long they've been egging this on, and it just finally came. And honestly, could not have thought of a better way to end it. Have you seen it, Alex?
Mm-mm. You can spoil it if you want.
I don't want to if you're gonna watch it, but I don't know if you're gonna watch it. You never showed interest. That's why I'm like, I don't want to
It's
spoil it.
exactly how you think a final battle between the two main characters would go.
Yeah. I mean, I've watched a couple seasons of the OG Naruto,
Yeah.
but it didn't.
Yeah. Crazy good. I agree with you.
I like the way that it ends with them blowing each other's arm off. I'm like, that's crazy. I didn't see that coming the first time I saw it. That's why I was like, hell yeah. And I've watched it so many times over that I'm just so into it.
And there's so many shows like it that you just need to fucking watch, Mac.
I know.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. I got
Listen
the
back
next
to this
one after One
podcast.
Piece. The next one after One Piece is Full Metal. That's my next one. I want to
No,
watch
Yes.
you do not do it after One Piece
it
because it'd be 2022 by the time you're there. Do it now.
I know.
Full Metal Alchemist
Yeah.
is 30 or like 50 episodes.
Oh, that's
Yes.
it?
It
That's it.
flies by.
Oh, maybe I'll watch it then. I'll probably get it done in a weekend.
And you
One
can
Piece-
skip the recaps pretty quick.
How long are the
and
episodes? Are they like 45 minutes or like
30.
22,
Oh,
24.
yeah, that's what it is.
All right, that's fine. I'll get it done this weekend.
Like you literally like when it flies by, and you can watch full shows in between like One Piece arcs.
Yes.
Damn, maybe I'll just watch that this weekend then and get it over with. Because
So
by
good.
next podcast, I'll be up there. Don't worry, podcast.
He'll be back.
I'll be caught up.
All right, Alex, do you want to list off your honorable mentions? I'll see how many I got.
So I added Attack on Titan to the top of my honorable mentions because it's such a good show. Then I have Black Clover, really good show on Funimation. Very similar to, I'd compare it to My Hero in a way, but more fantasy. Then Fairy Tale, then Assassination Classroom, One Punch Man, and Cowboy Bebop.
A few I was expecting for sure. A few I didn't know you watched. I didn't know you watched Assassination Classroom.
Yeah, I think you told me about it.
I haven't watched it, but I knew.
Oh, never mind. Then I just saw it's one of the highest rated shows on Funimation.
Yeah, I know it's on Hulu and Crunchyroll too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, let's hear yours.
So we didn't have a single one crossover. Actually. So
Wow.
I had quite a few shows that were super good but just didn't end well. So they're on my like honorable mention almost one. So I have Log Horizon, which I think is just better Sword Art Online to me.
You think it's better, really? I don't know.
You're talking to the guy that doesn't like Sword.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's
And then
much
I
cleaner.
have a show called Erased, which is a crazy good show with a bad ending. It's about this guy who all of a sudden can travel back in time, which sounds dumb, but it's really, really good. So that's a good one. A show called World Trigger, which was just canceled, unfortunately. So that's why it didn't have an ending, but it was a really good show. A show called 91 Days, which is
I've seen
about...
that. Like, heard of it.
Yeah, it's about prohibition, like of alcohol and shit.
Oh yeah.
I have a show called Another, which is like a horror show. Oh man, super good. It's obviously not a lot of action. It's a horror show, but man, it's a good horror show. A show called Parasite, or Parasite the Maxim.
Haven't heard of that.
Basically just a parasite, a bunch of parasites from outer space come in and take over humans and want to be the superior race. Very good. And then I have a show called Future Diary that I just took off my top 5. So what it is these 9 people, I think 9 or 11 or something like that, some number in between 1 and 20.
Okay.
Wide range there.
All get the ability to predict the future in a different way through like a phone or a scroll or like something, and they have to, whoever kills each other becomes the new god of the world. So that I could not recommend that one more. Super creative show, really, really good. Future Diary. And then my last one, I have Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. The original Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. So good. Way better than the
look
original.
up which one that was.
Bro, can we talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! For a minute? Does anybody else get more intimidated when you listen to them and their voices are deeper than, like, 3 times deeper than yours?
Kaiba.
I want
The
to
main, like the Pharaoh or whatever, like the alter ego Yugi. Oh my god.
Yes, that's what I'm talking.
That's supposed to be like an 11-year-old.
I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't have.
Oh,
that
I
deep
see
of a
which one
voice.
this was.
Yeah, man. That they
Pulled the heartstrings there when he started talking, and he deep as hell just Kaiba, how are you? Like, excuse me.
Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Oh
Dark
god.
magician. Like,
Now that
damn.
you talk about it, that's so funny.
Like, that's what the first reaction I had to that stuff, and I was like,
Oh,
man,
man.
I don't want to watch this.
Kaiba.
This makes me feel bad. Makes me feel like a child.
Yeah, they're both like 12.
I know. That's the worst part. Oh man.
So funny.
Another
I don't know why I thought that was so funny. Kaiba.
Kaiba.
Fucking Yu-Gi-Oh.
Another
Oh man.
anime topic is, what do you prefer? English dubbed or what is it? English subbed or
English dubbed
or Japanese?
sub, because it's subtitle.
Right.
So it's
Yeah, sub or dub.
Sub or dub? What do you guys prefer?
You guys know what I prefer. I prefer my dubs, but there's definitely a couple of shows like Akame Kill, whatever it was called. I watched all in Japanese. There's a couple other ones. A lot of them I'll watch first in Japanese because they come out first in Japanese, and then I'll rewatch them in English. But I just prefer English a little bit more because I can focus on what's going on in the background a little bit, instead of reading it. Because I feel like sometimes I lose out on if the subtitles move too fast. But
Dude, you gotta have the Sharingan so you can read.
Did you know Mac likes Naruto?
I did not.
Bro, Naruto is life.
I think me and Mac are in the same boat. Team sub.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I know you guys are.
I feel like there's
Which
so much
I
more
totally-
emotion in most of it. Not all of it, but most of it. I feel like there's just so much more emotion, and I feel like they just cut so much out. Like what
I do feel like you have to have a really good dub, like if it's going to be good at all.
yeah.
But the one sub I cannot, or dub, no, sub. One Japanese sub I cannot stand by is fucking Goku's voice.
I knew
Oh
someone was gonna
my
say that.
god. That's literally Goku. Like,
But-
who thought it'd be a good idea to cast Goku as an 8-year-old girl with a nasal problem?
Bro, the
Like-
strongest character has the girliest voice. How
It's
ironic.
so bad. It's so bad. The English Goku is so much better.
well, it depends.
Oh,
There's two
man.
subs for Dragon Ball Z. There's one that's a deep ass voice, or deeper, not deep, like not Yu-Gi-Oh deep, but
Kaiba.
Vegeta, where are you? But there are, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Goku's pretty girly sounding, but I don't know why I like hearing his voice when he's screaming and doing that Kamehameha crap.
Dude, the scream, it's so bad. It's so bad. God, I hate it. It's literally like I couldn't even imagine getting my voice that high.
No,
It's not even close to
No.
like.
his power
This is
level.
the defender of the universe.
Yeah, and he sounds like a little Asian girl.
He
He
is
very well could be a little Asian girl.
It probably is.
I'm kind of
Oh,
curious.
no.
I'm gonna look.
I'm gonna look it up. Yep.
I think it's a dude.
Dragon Ball Z. Let's just do Super because I know that one, even though it's all of them. Goku.
Oh, it's a white guy.
voice.
He was
No.
born in Waterloo, Iowa.
No, that's the dub. That's the dub for sure.
It's some Ginge.
Oh, you're talking about the sub. Okay.
No, did
I'm
you
talking about
see,
the high pitched one. Is this old guy, middle-aged guy?
Sean.
Sean Schemmel
Yep.
was the
Damn.
Dragon Ball Z Goku.
Yeah, from Waterloo, Iowa.
Yeah, but man, the super voice is rough.
Ah! Like, chill.
Man,
Kakarot.
Jiren is super intimidated.
Oh, tell me about it, man. Them big old bug eyes. I'm like, dude, you're ugly.
Could you imagine if what's his name from Marvel? If
Hulk or Thor.
no, the villain in the Infinity War. What was his name?
Oh,
Thanos.
Thanos?
Could you imagine if
Yeah.
Thanos had Goku's name or voice?
I haven't seen Infinity War.
oh,
on Netflix.
what?
It's on Netflix. You should watch it.
Wait, we own it. I just ain't nobody got time for that. I got too much One Piece to watch.
Oh my god.
Too much Naruto to watch, dude.
You really like the like long haul shows.
I do. I thoroughly enjoy it. Never ending. That's my favorite part about them.
If you get a good one.
If I get to go on Naruto, and now I'm finding One Piece where I'm like, so far I'm into it. I'm waiting until like the 4th season where Alex got bored to see how well it's gonna go.
Are
Hoping I
you
don't get bored.
are you still big into YouTube?
Me? Yeah.
Well, there's a YouTuber that you should watch that I bet you'd enjoy. His name is Tekking 101. He's completely about One Piece, super hyper, and very entertaining. He's just kind of a dork.
101. Oop, not 1091.
Yeah, 101. He's got like 300K or something like that.
I'll look him up after. Because when I Google
So,
it, it comes up with
it-
Teaching 101.
So yeah, pretty good. Oh man, fucking.
All right. I think we need to move on.
Well, I got one.
Yeah.
I want to talk about one thing. Is
Yep.
Because we all can relate to My Hero. What in the hell was the
Mhm.
dude's power? Where is he? His name is Dabi, the dude with the skin that looked like it was transplanted on the lower half of his jaw, under his eyes. You know what I'm talking about? The guy that had blue flames.
Oh,
coming out of his hand?
what his quirk is?
Yeah. What in the hell?
I don't
The
think we
villain?
know.
The villain?
Yeah, the one that like Azwa Sensei, where he like he lit him on fire, but took his quirk away, but with his power.
Yeah, I don't think we know what his quirk is.
because he disappeared, like his body turned to rubble, but that was some other guy's quirk, and then he had flames shooting out of his body, and then I was so confused on what in the world he's doing.
Well, and the flame thing isn't his quirk.
It's not.
No, because he
No.
was the dude who can steal people's quirks or like unactivate them.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
Eraserhead.
Eraserhead, yeah, it didn't
Oh,
work.
That's
on
a
it.
good point.
So that's not his quirk. I don't think we know what
Yeah,
his quirk
we
is.
don't really know. I'm looking it up too. This is what it says. He has the power and the intellect to contend with a multitude of heroes. Dabi's clones of Dabi are created by Twice, were noted to be weaker. So we don't really
literally
know.
don't know.
Someone's
Yeah.
cloned the other villain. Twice cloned him, but that's about all we know.
All right.
So I've done a little bit of research into the like, post anime
Yeah.
of My Hero, so I don't know how much you guys really want to know.
It's fine.
It's strongly hinted that Dabi is Todoroki's brother.
Well,
So-
see, that's what it was said in the thing that Todoroki has brothers, because whatever the hell his dad's name. I can't remember.
Inferno or whatever the fuck.
He's had multiple
Oh,
kids,
yeah.
but he was trying to make a hybrid of ice and fire, and he had like 5 kids before that didn't turn out until Todoroki came and finally turned out. He said it there that he's like, I've had many failure kids before, but you finally came and were good. Like you were
Yeah, so
perfect.
it's super strongly hinted
But I didn't
that
think about
Dabi is
that.
one of those kids.
Oh, maybe
I
he was,
can't wait for
rejected by
those
them,
two to fight.
right?
That'd be a good matchup. I think they could, and you can kind of see it with the scar on Todoroki's face is a little similar to Dabi's. I mean, he has like stitches on, or
I
like
was
you
gonna say,
can
they're
kind
like
of see.
staples or something. Yeah,
Yeah, but seemed like he's been burned.
right.
I thought you were about to say that the scar on his face is a lot like Prince Zuko from Avatar. The Last Airbender.
Same
No,
thing.
I-
I thought
I
that
have-
too, though.
I have compared to Todoroki to Zuko though.
If you want to talk about good animated shows, oh man,
Fuck! Why didn't I put Avatar in here?
because it's not guaranteed if it's an anime or not.
I was just
Yeah,
saying,
that's a
it
good
is
point.
and it isn't.
Yeah,
Like that's what the
It-
debate is. I'm not saying
it
that.
has
I
all
don't
the
really know.
criteria, but I wouldn't.
It's more
really-
aimed towards like kids. Like anime
Yeah.
is kids, but it's more adults too.
I think
Yeah.
the big thing is that it's not made in Japan. You know,
That too.
Mm-hmm.
like it was a Nickelodeon show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know you can buy that for $35? This is not a plug. You can buy it for $35.
Sponsored by Avatar: The Last Airbender.
We getting paid?
What were you saying? Matt?
It's $35 for Blu-ray whole series of Avatar at Target right now.
Psh, you're saying that like I haven't.
I've just watched it
Avatar.
online.
I have the Blu-rays. It's so good.
Oh, you bought it?
Hell yeah, the Blu-rays.
Hell yeah.
Avatar's so good.
It is. It's just a good show. The fillers are actually entertaining. That's why I liked it.
Yeah.
They weren't so boring. Like a blind earthbender? Hell yeah.
Well, that's not filler. That's part of the main.
Yeah,
main
no, yeah, that
Yeah.
I was just saying that because that was probably my favorite character is
Toph.
Toph, yeah. She's
Oh,
probably
yeah,
my favorite
she's
character. She
badass.
was just dope as hell.
Zuko is one of my favorite characters of anything ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, because he just has one of the best ever, one of the most well put together characters.
Mm-hmm. And you love him at the end of the. You hate him in the beginning. You love him at the end.
Well,
Absolutely.
it's because he pulls at your strings the entire time. So it's just yeah.
Yeah.
They do him very well.
Yes, I agree. All right. So this leads us into characters that are most powerful in their own worlds that they live in.
Ooh. Girly voice Goku.
Um, I
Oh,
I
man.
lost my testicles.
But Kamehameha!
Well, I
Yeah.
have two in mind, and Mac hasn't seen either of them,
What up?
and I don't know if Alex has gotten to the part in one of them, but the main bad guy, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, his name is Father,
Mhm.
and he's literally like fucking God.
Yeah, I agree. Oh yeah, I've watched Full Metal Alchemist a couple of times as well, and he is. Yes, he's God. I'd compare him. I don't even know who. I could compare.
Superman.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's just like all knowing. He's got an army of
Super powered beings.
that are strong, arguably stronger than everyone else, but they just kind of team up on, or use their weaknesses against them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I totally agree with that one.
And the other one I have, I guess it's not that. It is kind of a spoiler. I don't know how far you've gotten in Attack on Titan, but there's a there's like how I can't even remember the main character's name. What's
Oh,
his name?
doesn't it begin with a J?
Aaron
Aaron.
Yeager.
Start with a J.
J.
Aaron?
His last name starts with a J. His last name starts with a J. But he spoiler alert for Mac, he is a Titan.
Oh,
Like
Mhm.
there's special humans that can turn into special Titans,
oh really?
and he's one of them. And there's one, like the all powerful one is called the Founding Titan, and it can literally like erase people's memories
Oh Lord.
and control all the other Titans. Like literally just untouchable. So that's mine. Those are mine two that I thought of. What do you guys
That was
think?
really good. Yeah, I agree with those totally. I put All Might in mine, and you can also say All for One also.
Yeah.
Those
yeah.
two, if you put
Those
them together,
two.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All Might, I don't think was the most powerful because he lost it so quickly.
In his prime though.
In his prime, sure. Yeah, sure. I agree with that. It's just
The
hard
thing
because
I
he
was-
lost it already, so it's hard to compare.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
It's just so
Yeah.
hard. See, it's gone. He's just a scrawny old man now with really weird looking side bang things.
Mhm. Yeah, he's a creepy skinny dude.
Right? But
He
Um,
technically hasn't lost,
it-
though.
it-
He still never
true.
lost.
Right.
true.
He
Undefeated.
Very
would.
true. Still
Floyd
undefeated.
Mayweather of anime.
Right?
He would
Think about
lose.
that. Now he would lose, yeah. Which he very well could in the next upcoming season. Somebody
Yeah,
would attack him and kill him.
hmm
Who knows?
And then I also had Goku. I don't think there's much arguing about that one.
Bro.
Well, didn't he?
Boo.
Well, he see the thing about Goku is that he's almost lost to like every villain he's ever fought.
I was to say
But-
everyone.
He doesn't though. Like, I don't know.
He
I
does.
think it's
You're
just the
correct.
story that
I would
mainly
almost say-
feeds into.
Like you were saying with All Might and One for All, I would say the Super Saiyans versus
That's a
aliens and
Good
everything.
way to say it.
Because the Super Saiyans always help each other out. Goku, yes, Goku is obviously the strongest, but he always needs help from another Saiyan, Vegeta, or another Saiyan, or some,
He's more of a team than.
yeah.
So I haven't officially watched all of Super, but does Goku ever beat like the god of destruction or whatever his name is?
They
Yes.
don't- No,
No? Are you really?
Beerus, you're talking about?
Beerus, yeah. Does he
The
ever
cat-looking guy?
Yeah, they never actually fight. Like they fight at the
Oh.
beginning, and then he fake lose or Beerus fake loses because he likes Goku so much that he wants to fight him more. And then that was at the
see,
beginning.
I would
like,
say
that was towards the beginning of
Beerus over
Super.
Goku.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's a good
Beerus.
point.
Well, yes, Beerus because Beerus was so excited to fight Goku at Ultra Instinct level, and so obviously Beerus is way stronger than Goku. We can all agree on that, or not agree,
Mhm.
but yeah. But I still think Super Saiyans, like if you get multiple Saiyans versus Beerus, sure, probably take him.
Yeah, but we're going single person though.
Yeah,
Alright.
then
Motherfuckers in the
then
world.
I would go Beerus.
Then I'm going with Saitama.
Oh
Who-
yeah,
What
Man.
One Punch Man.
Hell yeah!
literally the
He-
strongest character to ever exist.
Like, I like how people just punch his bald head and it just bobbles like a bobblehead and he just, ow. Like, excuse me. That was supposed to be an earthquake.
I can't even I don't know why I didn't say Saitama. Like literally the whole point of that entire show is that he's the strongest
Yep.
character by far and away.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um,
You win. You got it. That's it.
who do you have, Mac? Or did you have anyone listed?
It's hard to pick. Like, Goku, obviously. You got him. For UA, for My Hero, I don't know if... I guess One for All is the best, but if you don't count that as one person, like if we're doing one person, I
That's a good
honestly
point.
would have no idea.
Yeah, I suppose like One for All and All for One are more the Force, and kind of in
Right.
Star Wars where
Yeah,
it's
like,
like
you
you've
can
got the good
earn
Force, the
it.
bad Force.
Like,
Yeah.
naturally the best. It's hard to say. Like, I'd almost go for Todoroki.
I
with
I
ice
would
and fire.
argue I'd argue All for One is a single person though. Like One for All was like through the generations, but All for One has just been the entire time. You know?
That's a good point.
That's a good point.
Yeah, because he's stolen it.
Yeah.
And hasn't he been living for a really long time too?
Yeah, he was the first ever All for One quirk holder.
And he gave
Okay.
it to God, who did he give it to? I don't
No,
remember.
he gave his brother the ability to store energy, like the power of One for All, right?
Right.
But his brother also had the
Mm.
quirk that could pass down quirks.
I see.
Yeah, so All for One has been the same guy, and then One for All has been different people.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
But besides that,
Um,
Naruto.
Kaguya. It took two people
No,
to take
no.
down Kaguya.
Yeah, you're right. Fuck. Both times that she's been alive, when she was originally alive and when she was resurrected, it took two people to kill her. So yeah, probably Kaguya.
Have you seen Boruto?
God, no. But yeah, unfortunately, I've tried to watch it multiple times, like at least 6 times on different occasions. I've tried to watch the first couple episodes. And I'm just like, this is shit. Like this sucks. I watched the Boruto movie twice, and then they made a series of it after where they just basically redid the movie and now they're continuing it. But it's just shit. They're trying too hard, and Naruto is just way better than Boruto. Stupid old Boruto. Yeah, I'm not a fan of him.
Well, I guess this leads us into our final piece. What do we think makes a great anime? Like, what do the characters have? What does the show have? What has to happen in the show for it to be an all-time great? Anyone want to start us off?
I can.
Yeah, go for it.
I guess what I like. I'm gonna compare it to Naruto. Go figure.
Because you don't like Naruto, we know.
I guess that having an overall story, like Naruto trying to get Sasuke back, while having just a boatload of like side missions on side missions, while also focusing on like sometimes it's this character they're focusing on, sometimes it's this character, like it is with My Hero, where the whole episode, the whole plot is training Midoriya, but on the side they've given every character a good like half an episode every episode. Like they've focused on these guys very intently, and it's awesome. That's what I like about it, is focusing on everyone, not just one or two
The
people.
depth.
Yeah.
So really good world building.
Yeah, like
build a
understanding
really
and
good
getting into people, like not just knowing of them, but here's the main characters.
Yeah, mine's very similar to yours. Mine's all about the characters. If you don't have good characters with like legit motivations that act realistically,
Right.
no way. Like it could be the most beautifully artistic anime to ever exist, but if your characters suck, your anime sucks.
Yep.
I agree. I said there's a couple of like personality traits or features that the character must have. That the main character, it's always great when they're an underdog, and they also have to just have the work ethic that people kind of cheer for and you get behind.
Yeah. Like
And
So
then
you're all about the shonen battle protagonists. Oh yeah,
Exactly.
Naruto, Luffy, the main guy in Fairy Tail.
Yugi.
Yugi.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Ash
Kaiba.
Ketchum.
Kaiba.
Kaiba. I think I cut you off before you said the last thing. What were you gonna say?
Oh, and I was gonna say that the villains need to have a complex personality. That they
Yeah.
can't just be evil for the sake of being evil.
I agree.
Like show why they're evil, or show what they're doing behind the scenes, and they're not just popping up randomly all the time, mad as hell, like ready to destroy someone.
Mm-hmm.
Or they have like a weakness,
Yeah.
Yeah,
something that brings them down to like humanity.
exactly. That makes you empathize with them a bit, but not too much.
And I think
To bring it back to sorry.
nope. Go ahead.
I said to bring it back to something that Mac understands really well. One of my favorite villains in Naruto is it's from the original Naruto, it's Zabuza.
Ooh,
the big
the,
sword ice guy.
What's his nickname? Anyways, yeah.
The
It's
he's one
the
of the seven
demon something.
swordsmen of the mist or whatever.
Yeah.
Because he was super realistic and he had backstory and
Yes.
goals and turned over a new leaf. No pun intended. Hidden Leaf Village.
Demon
Roll.
Zabuza.
Yeah.
Demon Zabuza. Yeah, he was just crazy. It was just so cool of him because in the end he ended up crying because he cared so much about his partner Haku.
His boy.
Haku, which also is a poem.
Haiku.
It's Haku. Haku.
Oh,
Close to haiku. Same thing. Whatever.
yeah, same thing.
Same thing.
All right.
I went to La Follette.
All right. Last question. Then I think we got a caller a day.
All right.
Mhm.
Who's your guys' favorite one anime protagonist and then two anime villain?
Oh,
Favorite ones.
I need to think. Someone else go.
We can buy a little time while we're brainstorming. I need to look at my list again.
Yeah.
I obviously was very prepared.
I actually was. I wasn't really prepared for this question.
You wouldn't guess my favorite protagonist.
Naruto.
It is Naruto. I can't get over it.
Kaiba.
No.
He's my favorite. Absolutely. No.
I'd have
Do you
to
have a favorite?
say the favorite villain, probably Orochimaru from Naruto again. Just because like in the beginning he was good, but everyone knew he was bad at the same time, but still kept him around because he's so freaking powerful and good and weird. And then he turns bad, but he's just hidden and you can never catch him. Like he has been like in the daylight just walking around and nobody will catch him because he's just so
Literally from like the
quick and-
third arc. He's just been there the entire fucking time.
but nobody can do anything about him. It's just insane. And
So I'm
finally, his
assuming-
apprentice kills him.
So you've obviously watched it through like the wedding and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So I love how Orochimaru's in that too.
Oh yeah.
But
they
he's like
bring him
so
back.
comically animated. Like he's like a cartoon villain.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way he acts in that final part. I thought that was so funny. Yeah, Orochimaru's great.
Just a little funny side note. I just got a random Instagram notification, and it literally just states, "Look at me naked here."
Nice.
All right, spam.
Oh, is that on Instagram or
yeah,
something?
Yeah, it's a spam.
I got one of those the other day too. I was like,
Delete.
nope.
Do. Anyway, sorry.
All right. I have my favorite hero, my favorite protagonist, I guess. I gotta go with Ed Elric from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Like
Yeah.
super down to earth, struggles the entire time, super realistic, but still like very brave. All that shit that Alex was talking about. Oh man, yeah, he's my favorite. I don't have a villain yet. I'm working on that, but he's my favorite protagonist.
Yeah, I don't have my villain yet. I do have my protagonist though, and I was gonna say Koro Sensei from Assassination Classroom. I think, the way that he feels about his like the whole. I didn't really explain this show because it was in my honorable mention, but the whole purpose of the show is he's teaching this class to kill him because he's like this super powerful alien, but he like deeply cares about them, and at the end of the show, you know, he just really verifies like how good of a person or thing he was.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And he just had like this complex love for these people that are really supposed to hate him, and they all turn out to love him, and vice versa. So I don't know how you felt about that show, Adam, but
I never watched it.
oh, you didn't? Oh, okay.
It's on my list of stuff I need to watch.
Yes. Okay, good. I'm glad I didn't spoil it then.
I now have my favorite villain. My favorite villain is actually the protagonist of Death Note. Kira. He's like the protagonist but the antagonist at the same time because he's the bad guy.
Hmm.
And it's you guys just got to watch Death Note and understand it. It's like the most complicated mind game brainchild of the most genius people to ever exist. Oh, it's so good. And I can't give it justice without you guys like watching. So. All right, who's your villain, Alex? End us off strong.
No pressure. It's our first podcast. Come on.
I can't.
Naruto.
Okay, I'm
Goku!
either. I was gonna say in Fate Stay Night, there's one of the characters, the main character is friends with another character, and her hero is this really cool archer, and that's what his name is called, is Archer. And towards the end, he's trying to kill the main character, but then eventually, do you care if I spoil it?
Nope.
Okay.
If I would have watched, I would have watched it.
All right. Eventually, you learn that they're the same person. That because these heroes can come from future and past, and you learn that the main character turns into Archer, but then their interactions with each other like makes them into a better person down the line. But it's a really cool twist, and you kind of hate him because he's a douche and he's trying to kill the main character, but you don't really understand why, and that's because he hates himself. And
that is a twist. I'll give it that.
It was really good, yeah. But
all right.
Well, I think we ended strong.
I would say so. I was ready. I was ready for when I was like, all right, Alex, last villain. Who's your favorite? I was ready for you to just Kaiba.
Kaiba.
He was a great villain.
He was.
I don't remember him that much. It was.
But then eventually, I think he
it.
joined him. But...
yeah, he turned out to be a good guy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that's the end of episode 1. Do you guys have any parting words?
Deuces.
Thanks for listening, if anyone did.
We'll see you back next time for episode 2, where we talk about politics and abortion.
Oh, hold on.
Maybe not that crazy.
Yeah, we'll ease into it.
All right. We'll see you guys later. Adios.
Bye-bye.
Doses.